Do you want to introduce who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. My name's Hadyn Lloyd. I'm a freelance cinematographer, working on all sorts of projects, music videos, short films, documentaries, interactive video games, anything I can get my hands on. I've worked on as a camera trainee, camera assistant on a film written by Stephen Knight, obviously known for Peaky Blinders. He's writing the new Star Wars. Just shot with the RSC Digital. I can't say too much because it's not been announced to the public yet. But I worked with the GTA creative director, and then this actress that's won a Palme d'Or award. But I won't say any more. I think one of the things that's helped me a lot is I've known for a long time what I wanted to do from like a very young age. I went to college to study film, TV, and radio. I did photography in secondary school. I've always had like a passion for film in one way or another, whether it was just watching or making my own stuff. So it's been interesting seeing how my journey has developed and how quickly I'm getting up there. Like I can see things happening now. And I'm aiming for higher things. But yeah, I mean, I haven't even left uni yet, and I've made some great connections, and I'm sure in the rest of this year I'm only going to make more good connections. I think by the time I leave uni, there's definitely going to be like consistent work in Birmingham, and then by the time I'm in my 30s, I think it's going to be just as big as maybe London is for film right now. But yeah, it's certainly climbing up there. There's a lot of good events for networking and finding other like-minded individuals. But also, there are studios literally opening up on our doorstep. So yeah, I only see it getting better as a creative in Birmingham. And having spoken to a bunch of people today, doing a panel interview, I was recording a panel interview, that everyone seems so optimistic and they're determined for Birmingham to be a place for the youth now to grow up in and be the next creators. They're pushing for locals in Birmingham to join this creative force. I mean, so obviously a lot of projects are taking place still in London, Manchester, Wolverhampton. So obviously having access to a car is gonna only help me get those big roles once I'm invited to work on them. I mean, I haven't really had to travel too far yet, but just getting from Coventry to Birmingham is really helpful, especially with all the issues with trains and stuff at the moment. They're just unreliable. So being able to have a mode of transport I can rely on definitely helps me get jobs that others might not be as fortunate to get. I had no experience working with clients, and then working with clients with no sort of back like how do you do that? Uh, Overcoming that has been interesting. I wouldn't even say I've overcome it yet. I'm still getting used to the idea of working with clients and working to what they want rather than what I want. Because I'm a very picky individual and I like things to be a certain way. And then for my clients to turn around and say, oh, maybe I want this instead of that. And it's just sort of gritting your teeth and accepting that that's how you're going to get those roles and that's how you're going to get those consistent clients is not kneeling to them or bowing to them, but understanding where they're coming from and being able to work collaboratively. But I'm definitely getting better at working collaboratively. I'm great at working in a group. It's just yeah, understanding what your client wants is a huge part of being a freelancer. So obviously, eventually, I want to be able to do what I want to do. But for now, I've got to sort of just accept it as it comes and to do what I'm asked of, basically. I want to. So I've been asked this before, and I want to make a film that is impactful. I don't know what shape that film takes yet, but if I can influence others to do what I want to do what I do, or yeah, influencing others just to go out and make films because it doesn't take a genius to do it. Anyone can go out there on their phone and shoot something cool. Uh, so yeah, just influence others would probably be a big goal of mine. And then yeah, sure, maybe a Hollywood party would be cool. But
I didn't buy it.
maybe not a Diddy party, but just no. I want to be able to influence people and maybe get out of the UK at some point. Yeah. Don't give up. Try things that you're not comfortable doing. Because I know myself, I avoid doing things that I'm not comfortable doing. Like, I'm aware I'm not a good editor, so I try and steer clear of that and try and get someone else to do it for me. But that's only going to hold you back. You need to be able to do an array of skills to make it in this industry. And I think just because you can't do it now doesn't mean you're not going to be able to ever do it, right? So give it a go. Ask for help. People will help. And yeah, just work hard, and you've got to love it, and you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. Am I a great networker? I'd like to think so. I think for how long I say I'm in the industry, I've made a lot of connections. Like, I've met some great DOPs, some great producers, great writers. I met you. You've been very helpful in finding opportunities, like visiting Warner Brothers, and doing these workshops and talks, and working on films that have some money behind them has been a big step in my professional career, and understanding how it's not actually that dissimilar from what I'm doing on my sets. Other than that budget, you're using that professional etiquette, you're using similar equipment, because there's a lot less of a barrier in film than there was maybe 20, 30 years ago when there was less affordable equipment on the market. So I think there's a lot less of a gap in being a beginner and a pro now. It's so easy for anyone to just pick up a camera and it look good. Well, I mean, in my first year, I made a music video, I made a short film, that's great. But it didn't get me anywhere. Like, because I didn't put it into festivals or work my hardest on it. And it's like, if you don't put yourself out there, how are people going to know you exist, right? People need to know you exist to offer you jobs. So by networking with others, they're going to know your face, know who you are, and go, oh, I remember that guy I spoke to, he was pretty cool, he seemed to know what he was doing. Whereas if you don't go to those networking events, how are you ever going to progress? Because if you don't know anyone in the industry, how do you? The whole thing of being in the industry is who you know, right? It's not about what you can do; it's about who you know, and how do you know people if you don't network, right? It definitely helps having a lecturer who runs the biggest media networking in Birmingham, Real Brom. I did a promo video for him, and going to that event, you realise how many people want to do the same thing you do. And it's overwhelming because it puts the pressure on you, and you go, oh shit, there's a lot of people here who are good at what they do. How do I put myself ahead of them? How do I better myself so that I'm better than the competition? Because it is a competition. There's a lot of people that want to do what we want to do because it's fun. So yeah, you gotta work hard, you gotta network. It's just, like I said earlier, you gotta be willing to put things in to get stuff out of it. Be yourself. If people don't want to work with you when you are yourself, then why would you work with them? You gotta get along with the people you work with, regardless of what you do in life. This can be applied to anything you do. There's something my dad's always said to me, because he doesn't necessarily enjoy the job he does, and he said half of having a good job is enjoying it. Because if you enjoy your job, you don't work a day in your life. I think that I live by that, because I do enjoy what I do. And even though it's not always necessarily paid and paying the bills, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, enjoy what you do, because if you don't enjoy it, what are you doing? You've got a very small amount of time. Enjoy it.